Gentlemen, let me hit you with a hard truth. Not every I love you means she's really in love. Some women stay in relationships not because of love, but because of comfort, convenience, or what you provide. And if you don't see through the act, you could spend years giving everything, while getting nothing in return. But here's the good news. You don't have to be fooled. There are hidden signals that separate real love from performance. In this video, I'm about to show you 5 signs she's pretending to love you. By the end, you'll know exactly where you stand, and whether you're her partner or just her safety net. Now buckle in, because what I'm about to reveal in the very first sign is one of the most subtle and yet most destructive patterns that can slowly drain you without you even realizing it. Number 1, her words don't match her actions. You've heard it before, right? I love you, you mean everything to me. Words that sound sweet, comforting. Almost like a promise, but here's the harsh truth. Those words are meaningless if her behavior tells the opposite story. Real love doesn't live in what comes out of her mouth. It lives in what she consistently shows you when no one is watching. Let me paint a picture for you. Tom, a 44-year-old sales manager who's been divorced for a few years, started dating again. His new girlfriend was charming, affectionate with her words and quick to say all the right things. She told him she cared about his health, his work, and his dreams. But one night Tom came down with the flu. He mentioned it to her, expecting at least a check-in or some small gesture of concern. Instead, she left his messages unread. No call, no follow-up. The very next day, Tom opened Instagram, and there she was, smiling at brunch with her friends, captioned, "Living my best life." Now pause for a second. Does that feel like love to you? Tom didn't think so either, because here's the kicker. She wasn't absent by accident. She was absent by choice. Her words promised care, but her actions screamed indifference. This is what I call emotional breadcrumbing. She gives you just enough attention to keep you invested, but never enough to create a real connection. It's like she's reading from a script. I support you, I'm all in. You mean so much to me, but when it comes to actually showing up, she's Mia, that's not love. That's performance, and performance always benefits the actor, not the audience. So, how do you know if you're being fed breadcrumbs? Instead of a real meal, you test it. Here's a simple 3-step check you can run in your own life. Step 1, observe for 7 days. Don't just listen to her words. Track the ratio of promises made versus promises kept. If she says she'll call after work, if she says she'll come to your event, does she show up, write it down? Most men never put data to their doubts, and that's why they stay confused. Step 2, ask directly but gently. Something as simple as, do you feel present when we're together? Notice not just her answer, but her body language when she gives it. A woman who truly cares will lean in. A woman who's pretending will deflect. Laugh it off or act like you're being needy. Step 3, make a small request and measure the response. It doesn't have to be dramatic. Ask her to pick you up from the airport, or to be there for an important moment at work. If she constantly drops the ball on the little things, don't expect her to carry the weight of real love. Here's the bottom line. You don't have to beg for consistency. Real love doesn't need reminders. When a woman's words are full of promises, but her behavior is full of excuses, she's not invested in you. She's invested in what you give her comfort. Attention security. That's not partnership. That's manipulation in disguise. And the longer you convince yourself that her words are enough, the more you'll lose trust in your own instincts. Because deep down you already know when something doesn't add up. But sometimes it's not even about what she says or does. It's about what her body gives away when she thinks you're not paying attention. All right, take a breath. Before we move on to sign number 2, if what I just said resonated with you, do me a quick favor, make sure you're subscribed. And drop a comment telling me what city you're watching from. I love seeing how far this message is reaching. Every time a man wakes up to these truths, it creates a ripple effect. Okay, let's move on to the second undeniable sign. Number 2, her body language doesn't match her words. Here's something most men forget. The body never lies. Words can be rehearsed. Texts can be copied, smiles can be faked. But the body, it tells the truth. Even when the mouth is faking it. Think about it. Have you ever hugged a woman who said she loved you, but her body felt stiff like a board? It's like hugging a mannequin cold. Distant, disconnected. Or maybe you've seen her smile when you compliment her. But the second you look away, that smile vanishes like it was never there. That's not love, that's performance. Women are masters of nonverbal communication. A shift of the shoulder, a glance away. A sigh that lingers 1 second too long. These tiny signals reveal where her heart really stands. When a woman truly loves you, she leans in. She gravitates toward your space without needing a reason. She touches you casually because she wants to. Not because she has to, but when she's pretending. Her body sends a very different message. She keeps her distance in public. She avoids eye contact when you open up. She pulls away when emotions get too real. Here's how you can test this without saying a word. Step 1. Pay attention to what happens when she doesn't know you're watching. Does her face light up naturally when you walk into a room? Or does she look the same as when a stranger walks in? Step 2. Notice the difference between private and public. In private, does she seem affectionate? Only when it benefits her. But in public, she acts like you're barely connected. Step 3. Track consistency. One off day doesn't mean she doesn't care. But if her body is telling you to back off week after week, that's the truth men often ask me. Am I reading too much into it? No, you're not. Because the body is the one thing you can't Photoshop. If her body language tells you she's detached, believe it, and here's the cold reality. When words and body language don't align, the body wins every time. That's where the truth lives. But what if her actions aren't just cold, but she's actually hiding you from her world? Number 3, she keeps your relationship hidden. Let's be brutally honest here. If a woman is truly proud of you, if she truly loves you, she won't be able to resist showing you off to her world. When a woman is in love, she'll mention you in conversations, bring you into her circle, and make you part of her plans. But when she's pretending, she'll treat you like a secret she'd rather no one find out about. Take David, for example. He's 38, an engineer who's been in a relationship for over 2 years. He cares deeply for his girlfriend, but something has always felt off. Despite the time they've spent together, he's never met her closest friends, never been introduced to her family, and not once has his name come up in her social media posts. When he asked about it, she brushed it off, saying, "I'm just a private person." But here's the problem. She's not private about anything else. She posts her brunches, her vacations, her nights out with friends. Everyone knows her favorite restaurant, her latest hairstyle, even what wine she drinks on Friday nights. The only thing missing, David. Now let's dissect this. There are usually 3 reasons a woman hides you. 1, she's not emotionally invested. You're convenient but not essential. 2, she's keeping her options open. If you're invisible to her circle, it's easier for her to exit without accountability. And 3, the most painful. There might already be someone else she's publicly committed to, which makes you the shadow in her story. Here's how you test the reality. First, check consistency. Is she truly private, or is she only private about you? Second, make a specific invitation. Ask her to join you at a family event, a wedding, or even a casual get-together with friends. Notice her reaction. A woman in love will be excited. A woman pretending will suddenly be too busy or not feeling social. Third, set a boundary. Give the relationship 3 to 6 months. If she continues to keep you hidden, it's not a phase, it's a pattern. Men often fool themselves here. They say maybe she just needs time. Maybe she's shy. Listen. Shyness doesn't stop her from posting her dinner plate on Instagram. Privacy isn't selective if she truly values you. She'll claim you, and if she doesn't, you're not her partner, you're her placeholder. Here's the hard truth when a woman hides you. She's not protecting the relationship. She's protecting her freedom from accountability. And the longer you accept crumbs, the more you condition yourself to believe you don't deserve to be fully chosen. You deserve better than being someone's convenient little secret. Love that hides you isn't love. It's damage control. And even when she doesn't hide you, she might still starve you of the one thing that makes men feel truly wanted. Real affection. Number 4, she rarely initiates affection or intimacy. Let's cut straight to it. Desire cannot be faked. You can fake words, you can fake smiles. You can even fake interest in a conversation. But you cannot fake genuine attraction. And if you've noticed that she almost never reaches for your hand, never leans into you without being asked, never surprises you with a kiss, pay attention, that's not just a bad habit. That's a message. Think about your own experience. Are you always the one leaning in for hugs? Initiating the kiss or starting the conversations? Does she only show warmth when you push for it? And even then, it feels like she's doing you a favor. Affection should never feel like a scheduled task. When it does, you're not in a relationship. You're in a one-man show. Here's the deeper psychology behind it. Real affection flows from emotional connection. When a woman truly wants you, her body language and her actions seek you out naturally. She'll find excuses to brush against you in the kitchen. She'll curl up next to you on the couch without thinking twice. She'll greet you with warmth even on her worst days. But when she's pretending, affection becomes transactional. She offers it when she wants something, or when she's trying to smooth over a conflict. That's not closeness. That's damage control. So how can you measure this? Try this simple 2-step approach. First, do a 2-week count. Keep track of how many times she initiates physical closeness, without you prompting it. If that number is less than 10% of your interactions, that's a red flag. Second, run what I call the affection challenge. Ask for something small like her holding your hand during a walk, or giving you a back rub after a long day. Notice her response if affection feels like a chore to her, or if she deflects with excuses. That's all the evidence you need now. Don't confuse this with a temporary slump. Everyone goes through stressful weeks where they're less affectionate. But when the lack of affection becomes a pattern, when it feels like you're the only one keeping physical closeness alive, it's not about stress, it's about disconnection. And here's my advice. Stop making excuses for her. Stop telling yourself she's just tired every single day, or not into PDA when she's perfectly affectionate with others. When affection disappears from a relationship, it's usually not an accident. It's a withdrawal of emotional investment. If she never initiates affection, she's not in love, she's just used to you. And no man should settle for being tolerated instead of desired. But there's an even colder sign. When she's building a future and you're not in it. Number 5, her future plans rarely include you. This is where everything comes together. You sit down with her, maybe over dinner or during one of those late-night talks, and she starts opening up about her dreams. Moving to a new city, switching careers, traveling the world, maybe even focusing on herself for the next few years. And as she's talking, you suddenly realize something. You're not in any of it when a woman truly sees you as her partner. Her language shifts, she starts saying, we, where we should live, what we could build, how we might raise a family, but when she's pretending her language is all I. Me. It's subtle, but it's damning. Because a woman who's building a life with you will naturally carve out space for you in her vision. If you're not there, you're not her future. You're just her present placeholder. Let's break this down. There are 3 main reasons she leaves you out of her plans. 1. She's not emotionally invested enough to picture you long-term. 2. She's deliberately keeping her future solo, because she doesn't want to commit. And 3, she already knows this relationship has an expiration date, even if she hasn't said it out loud. In all 3 cases, the result is the same. You're wasting your time, so how do you know for sure? Here's what you do first. Pay close attention to her words. When she talks about the future, does she automatically use we, or does she always default to I? Second, ask her a direct but open question. Where do you see us in the next 3 to 5 years? Don't sugarcoat it. Her answer or her hesitation will tell you everything. If she dances around the subject, if she avoids giving you a clear place in her vision, that's your answer. Third, watch for vague promises. If she talks about someday, or maybe without ever giving details, it's not a plan, it's stalling. Men often fall for this trap because they want to believe the story. They tell themselves she's just figuring things out. Or she'll include me when the time is right. But let me be blunt. If she can design a vision board of her future without you, she's already telling you where you stand. And the longer you wait, the more you delay. Building your own future with someone who actually wants you in it. You deserve a partner who makes you feel like a priority. Not an option, a woman who truly loves you will make space for you in her dreams. Not keep you guessing about whether you belong in them. And if these signs line up, it's time to face the hardest truth. But facing that truth is terrifying. Isn't it because even as you've been listening, part of you has been fighting back with excuses? You've probably said to yourself, it's not that bad, or she's just under stress. Maybe the most dangerous excuse of all. I've already invested so many years in her. I can't walk away now. That, gentleman, is what we call the sunk cost fallacy. You're staying not because the future looks promising, but because the past feels too heavy to abandon. You're clinging to time, energy, and love you've already given, thinking that leaving means all of it was wasted. But here's the brutal truth. It's already gone. You can't get those years back no matter what. So ask yourself, how much more of your future are you willing to sacrifice? Just to protect the illusion of your past? How much more of your confidence, your joy, your life? Are you prepared to give to a relationship that only exists in words, not actions? Many men would rather endure the familiar misery than face the uncertainty of being alone. But that's not strength. That's fear disguised as loyalty. And fear has never built a fulfilling life. The only question that matters now is not what you've already given her. It's how much more of yourself you're willing to lose before you finally choose better. So here's the truth, gentlemen. If you've been nodding along to more than 3 of these signs, you're not in a relationship built on love. You're in a performance. And performances end the moment the curtain falls. Think about it: words without action. That's manipulation, warmth without presence. That's distance, a hidden relationship. That's disloyalty in disguise. No affection, that's tolerance. Not desire and a future without you. That's the loudest rejection of all. Put them together and the picture is clear. She's not in love with you. She's just keeping you around because it benefits her. But here's the part I need you to hear. This isn't about her, this is about you. Every day you stay in a relationship where love is missing, you're teaching yourself to accept less. You're lowering your own standards. And the longer you settle for crumbs, the more you'll start to believe that crumbs are all you deserve. You are not an emotional Airbnb. You are not a placeholder for someone who doesn't see your value. Stop renting space in her life and start investing in your own. That might mean walking away. That might mean drawing harder boundaries. But either way, it means choosing self-respect over self-delusion. Because real love doesn't leave you doubting. Real love doesn't hide you, starve you, or keep you guessing. Real love shows up, and if you don't see it in her, then it's time to see it in yourself. So here's my challenge to you. Take an honest look at your relationship. Which of these signs show up in your life? Don't brush them off, don't wait for a miracle. Make the decision today to stop being played and start being chosen. And if this message hit home, then do me a favor, subscribe to the channel. Share this video with another man who needs the wake-up call. And drop a comment about your own experience. Your story might be the one that saves someone else from wasting years of his life, gentlemen. You deserve better now. It's time to act like it.